Welcome to Poets Pitch, where poets can pitch their piece and guarantee we'll catch what they're pitching. Here is where we break down the complexities and dive deeper into the poetry. Pitches will reach new heights with me, your host, Kiesance. Welcome and welcome back to those who have returned. This is Poets Pitch, the show. We go live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you find yourself enjoying this show, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Matter of fact, go ahead and hit it now. Hit the bell so you can be reminded when we go live each week. And then come back next week and every week after that. Okay? For those of you who are always on the go, we do have a podcast. It can be found on Spotify, Apple, and Google. And you can catch everything on poetspitch.com. So today we have my friend, the talented, slightly a little bit mysterious, urban legend OBASAKI.
Yo, yeah, it is me.
Yes.
What's poppin'?
We're so glad you made it to the show.
Glad to be here.
Good. You guys can go ahead and put some comments in there. We're getting ready to just jump right into first base. So we about to get in his business, but not too much to the point where we asking for government names.
You feel me?
We're not giving that.
You feel me?
Okay.
Gotta keep it legendary and urban and mythical.
Oh, okay. We love the energy, right? Let's get some thumbs up, okay? All right, so go ahead. If you have any questions that pop in your mind throughout this time, just go ahead and submit them, and we'll get to them. But to start it off, I have questions. So I know I've been wondering for a while. I never asked because I knew this day was gonna come. But I know y'all gotta be wondering, why urban legend OBASAKI? Like, what made you choose this as your name? Where did this come from? Why you spell it the way you spell it? Like, we want, come on now, we want to understand.
All right. Well, it's a few different given names. Urban because I'm always up in the city. You feel me? Always there.
Okay, I'm peeping it. I didn't even peep that before. Rep your city then.
Feel me? Also, the legend, because trying to make it to that king status one day. You know what I'm saying? And OBASAKI because.
Stop hitting the table.
Oh my bad.
Let's stop that.
All
right
that
there.
aggression right there.
Okay, calm it down.
OBASAKI was kind of like a given. It's like a surname that was given to me by my homies like back in the day. So it always stuck. So I just kept it. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay. What made you spell legend with an I and then the apostrophe D? Is that the D supposed to bring out the Detroit, or am I helping you come up with something clever right now?
You see what she did there?
Be honest.
No, that's actually that's part of it. Yo, Shelby, what's poppin'? No, that's actually why. The D does stand for Detroit. It's to it's also to help represent the city and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't leave a D out. I just can't. It's there. It's in the heart. So
okay.
Rep it all day.
You coming with the real different. Okay,
yeah.
We like that. So how long has this name been in the play? Like, has this been since you started writing, or did it come in later?
When I first started writing, I went by a couple of different surnames or what have you. It wasn't until around 2016 when I was like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the OBASAKI thing had always been a thing. And I was just like...
Where is that from again? Like, what is...
So, it's half Yoruba, half Japanese.
Okay. I see the Japanese.
Well, yeah. The Oba is actually a Japanese portion of it, which means destination. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. The Oba is the Yoruba part, which means kings. Saki is Japanese for destination. So it was just a hybrid.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll pause my questions for a second because we actually have one.
Okay.
Someone wants to know, how long have you been writing?
As long as I've been able to pick up a pen.
Really?
Yeah. I'd say I started taking it seriously when I was like in grade school. I just started, doing it more and more. And because of which I just haven't stopped. So now we at the point where it's like I breathe words at this point, if that makes any sense. I bleed ink and breathe words.
All right, now I like that answer. So how do you feel like you got into poetry through like school, or?
I would say so. Like, I had a bunch of different teachers over the course of my educational career from different parts of my life where they encouraged me to write. By the time I got to the point where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I had heard encouragement from like, from grade school to high school to college. It was always just this push to like keep going, don't stop. And I try to advocate those who do right to do the same thing, because you can always get better. You can always improve.
Okay, I like that. So what do you feel like? Do you remember what your first poem was about?
Absolutely nothing. My first poem.
Nothing is your answer?
Well, I mean, it was nothing.
I thought you were going to say absolutely not. I do not remember. Like, it was about absolutely nothing.
It was legitimately about, I remember I had to do a journal entry for something. My teacher was like, well, you could just write a poem instead. And I was like, all right, well, whatever. So I did like some little roses is red, violets is blue joint. And it was like, take it. And she liked it. She's like, oh, this is pretty good. I'm looking like that. She was like, yeah, keep going. I'm looking like, all right. So from that point forward, I just kept, adding stuff to stuff and doing more. And then over the course of time, I think I developed a style, which came like literally like later on in life, where I was like, nah, I want to sound like this. I want to do this. I want to talk about this in subject matter. You grow as an artist as you continue to write, which is, again, why I keep encouraging people to do so.
Okay, period. You better encourage us. So we got some more questions, which y'all kind of asking the same question. So I'm just going to choose one of y'all. Mm-hmm. We got, how would you describe your style?
Urban.
It's the first name in his name.
Yeah. My Monica. But yeah.
Yeah. So okay. Favorite topic.
Oh no, I can do that one. My favorite topic to write about. Currently, my favorite topic to write about is well, I don't really have one. I like doing things from the human perspective, talking about the human condition.
My question was like, what do you find yourself writing more about, or are you consistent with one, or do you feel like you're just a complete like poetic divergent?
Oh wow. Really, whatever. It's really whatever's like tickling my fancy at the time. But I try to like not personify everything. I noticed that a lot of people do like to put a lot of me's and I's in their pieces. I typically like to, recently I've been doing like a lot of stuff about relationships because of conversations I've been having with people and how they've been in toxic relationships and want to get out and yada, yada, yada. So I've been trying to like focus on encouraging words and just thought-provoking pieces about that.
Which I know you're about to do. Because like, being a host, you get the sneak peek. And y'all ready. Normally people say you're not ready, but y'all ready. Like, y'all about to get served.
Oh.
But before we get there, I have one more question. No, I have like two more questions actually. What's your go-to music? And I'm asking because I don't know if you remember, we were at an open mic last year.
Okay.
And the open mic was over. This man, they playing music. I'm over here talking to my sisters and my friends. And I look to my left, this man is busting a whole move. You would have thought like it was like an after party. I'm like, I guess whatever floor is under his feet is his dance floor, because this man was busting a whole move. So I gotta know, like, what's your go-to music that really get you like jumping, get you moving? Oh snap!
Really, anything with a good beat. But that's my like, because I'll be in the grocery store listening to music, and I'll be like, oh, okay, music. Okay, you feel me on the elevator? Okay, I hear the little jazz playing in the background. Whatever has a good bounce, whatever has a good beat, I'm with it.
Okay, period. Y'all, so this is my friend, and I jokingly call him the president of the anti-narcissism club, because this man is always talking about narcissism. I'm kidding not. So you know. I'm not telling him nothing new. This man is always talking about narcissism. So my question is, has the topic made its way into your poetry? Do you feel like it influences your poetry in any way? Like, will we find it in like multiple of your poems, or what?
Yeah, a lot of my pieces do deal with narcissism and narcissistic relationships.
Really?
Yeah, just because like there's a ignorance and a stigmatization behind it. So a lot of people are unaware of how it affects them in everyday life. So it's good to like raise awareness in different ways, as opposed to just being boring and just saying this term is this term and that term is that term. I feel that it's best to do it in a way that brings to life experiences that people might have had in relationships, at work or with friends or in any particular instance, so they can have a broader understanding of what it is. Oh snap, I dealt with a person like that, or oh, that could be me right there acting like that. It's always good.
Okay, you said open their eyes.
Yeah.
Because it could be you.
Could be you.
Look in the mirror real quick.
Could be somebody you know. Could somebody you love. Don't matter. Just raising awareness.
All right, you letting us know something. I'm ready to jump into the pitch.
Okay.
I'm ready for y'all to get this. What poem are you sharing with us?
Yeah. The title of this piece is called "Sweet Nothings." That is the piece.
I just realized that's a very good title for this poem. It just dawned on me. It's newer, right?
It is newer.
So, and let's hop right into it.
All right, I'm gonna take the mask off for this one.
Bet.
All right.
As you should.
Hey.
Give you the big screen. It's all you.
The golden arches and Big Mac attacks date back to a time before I knew how to flirt with the skirts, where churches in the neighborhood had me praying for something finger licking good. Greasy skeezers and little Caesars seemed to go hand in hand, holding my appetite dearly, quick to fall in love with any hot and ready that came near me. Our arteries clogged with the same cholesterol from past betrayals that nearly killed. We fussing and fighting, thinking that's what I like. Really, it's all that I know. Not ready to leave because I don't know how to grow and have nowhere to go. It's a cry for help whenever I reach out to them to save the day. Apparently, I find toxic treats to be tantalizing, mesmerizing how a meal made of Maydays and SOSs ain't seen is troubling, puzzling, how poison masquerading as palatable is applicable. I prefer apples to oranges, but as we all know, the fruit that grows in the city ain't edible, they're edibles. Fruit snacks is twisted as Twizzlers, and I'm a freak with a fruit by the foot fetish, crunch and munch all of her flaming hot Fritos until my breath smells like Funyuns. I want to leave a nut of butter inside thighs disguised as oatmeal cream pies, but a finger will have to do if she lets me taste what I can't let go to waste. Little did Debbie know, I'm cool with some shortcakes, but I go dumb over some Cinnabons, and she got the bigger ones, called them grands, cause she let me frost them, son. That's all it took to get me hooked. When you lonely and lovesick, exes are just a DoorDash away, and they take Apple Pay. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but caramel apple bottoms and jeans did things for me no physician would abide by. First, I felt better. Then I felt bitter, so sick of these Sour Patch witches with their wishy-washy nature, lacking nutrients but fornicating my feelings in 31 different flavors like their chewing gum. These bubble yums make me masticate on their messy behavior, like their Slurpees my savior, quick to easy bake a batch of snatch without getting attached, when really it's a throwback, fun dip to lick some sugar-covered hard sticks. I ain't jelly. Just ain't fond of the dude she used to do. Call them fondue cause they cheesy too. Keep their presence in my present like their prequels were sequels for the future. And we all know he is the Burger King of toxicity. Supersize a life alive, so I fantasize I have a wife, a White Castle, where Wendy's version of Rapunzel repeatedly puts me in distress. Damaged damsels don't want to be saved. They just want to add to my stress. Build me up only to knock me down. Will justify jacking off any jack in the box to make me look like a clown. Y soy loco del Taco Bell. Because I fell for the soft sell of these Cadoba cuties Chipotle ways. Why? Because they cheap and right up the street from me. In the hood, we didn't have a Whole Foods. Ho-hos had to do. Honey buns and Twinkies too. Oh yeah, cupcakes and donut holes. Hold the phone. Seems I was prone to hostess all along. Grew up in a food desert where dumb desserts was the only option a child would choose. Figured how can I love wrong if I never found the right one to lose? I'm not unfamiliar with healthy dietary habits. Hell, rabbits eat cabbage, but it seems I gotta go from rags to riches to bags of chickens. Though going from ruffles to truffles is a struggle when trying to find a go-between that isn't a Dairy Queen. Lactose intolerant, but every milk dud comes with a milkshake that takes priority, and me, happy to have cheap eats whoring my hot dog to trade tricks for treats. Wholly unfulfilling and unforgiving. I don't know which is more likely to end me, the STDs or the diabetes. If I'm damaged and she's damaged, why can't we just be a goddamn sandwich? It's because those ingredients are a trauma bond. In my greediness, I thought we could get along, but her unhealthy ways and my unhealed pain just put us in the position to be hurt. Again, all I wanted was hugs from her, but it always came at a price. So whenever I received one for free, I'm reminded of a time when $1 would get me no more than 4 from the corner store. A time where Valentines turned sweet tarts into sweethearts for a day, where every relationship wasn't pay to play. And cavities were just a small price to pay for confectionery affection. Candy bars were protection from lonely days. M&M shed with friends chased the rain away. We laughed as it skedaddled with flipped rainbows, the color of every skittle on our chuckling faces. Candy coated, color coded braces in place of frowns. Replaced the idle hands of an only child raised in the wild, unable to trim the fat and face the saturated facts. Every time I binge on their lies, I end up purging my truth, revisiting vomit because I want to hold fast to my youth. These sweet nothings was something sought after. Now, as an adult, I'm captivated by feelings I can never recapture. That's that piece.
I feel like we gotta all get our lives right now. We gotta all get our lives right now. Hold on, let's just a moment of silence. And we back. Like fire, bars after bars after bars after bars.
Thank you.
Somebody said I'm hungry for more. I feel that. Yes, he was saying that, right? I feel like he served us. You served us so much. You served us so much. Okay, so we in the dugout now.
Okay.
We in the dugout. Ciao. If y'all have any questions about anything, you can submit those. And he'll get to them. My God. I feel like I'm just in awe. Okay, so we're in the dugout. My first question was when it comes to literary work, when it comes to our poetry, I feel like there's two main reasons why we write. One is that something just came to us. It's just flowing out of our mouth, right? We can't even control it. And then it's another one where you want to write about it and you kind of like you're making it happen. Which of the two do you feel like this poem was?
It was done under necessity, inspiration, and like the concept came from like, this to be a dope concept to write about, but the theme was like, nah, this needs to be talked about. You know, it's something that just kind of both really, it was working in tandem, I would say.
Okay. Why? So you say by necessity. Why do you feel like this poem is necessary?
Because like there's always, all right, to be frank, in the community that the like the poetry community and whatnot, there's always this mad focus on toxic poems. It's always about toxicity and relationship that that suck and yada yada yada. But it's always done from a very aggressive finger pointing kind of standpoint. There's a lack of accountability in a lot of people's pieces and whatnot. And I was just like, I wanted to do a joint that kind of highlights the accountability that a person has to take for their role in certain situations.
Okay, you better come with it. You served that to us. I definitely feel like people are gonna play this back and really be thinking like, whoa, he hit a lot of notes. Wait, real quick though. Y'all put in the comments what snacks y'all heard that really had you like, oh, that's my snack right there, or fast food, because he hit a lot of them. Okay, so put them in the comments with like, if you heard your favorite snack. I know one of y'all. I know y'all like them Twinkies. Ooh. Okay, so put y'all favorite snacks in the comments. We want to see that favorite fast food joint. We're gonna get into that. Okay, so Urban. Okay, what made you take this approach? The back and forth between the relational experience and the food experience, I feel like you romanticized it while deglamorizing it. Like, literally, that's the dope part. Because you could have just came from the angle of like, but you romanticized it while deglamorizing it. I just think that was so fire. Like, when I realized that when I was reading, I'm like, hey! And then I like how you gave us memory lane, but I'm not going to get back with you. Yeah. Type of vibe. Like, you know... It was fun, but we ain't gonna do this again. Right. Okay, I don't go in circles. I like that. So, I want to know, like, what got you going into that? Like, this is like genius.
So, like, if you recall, we had a conversation like a ways ago where we was talking. We was like, yo, junk food. How like having a comment like I'm so tired of these like junk food relationships. You know what I'm saying? Just
I said that.
yeah.
So are you telling me?
I mean, it's a little bit. It's a little bit.
So I'll take Cash App because you wouldn't have had this without that conversation.
So like, yeah, we was having the conversation, and I was like, I told you, like, I was kind of working on something that kind of speaks to it. But it's like a lot of relationships are like junk food in that they don't provide you any nutritional value for real. Nothing that you really can learn from or grow from, but you so accustomed to it. So it's like, it feels good in the moment. You know, like anything that you go to, like you usually go when you're trying to satisfy a craving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm feeling like, I could go for some pizza today, or I could go for some Chinese food, or I could go for some like a Snickers bar or something. Mm-hmm. You know, hungry while wait. You know what I'm saying? So
while wait,
you grab it and you feel full in the moment, and it satisfies you for that moment. But then
it don't last.
It don't last. You feel empty afterwards, and it doesn't provide you any real nutrients. It's just like, all right, now I'm getting fat, I'm getting obese. I'm getting winded walking upstairs, you know. I'm gonna lay on the couch. Oh, I'm getting the itis. You know, you don't want to do anything. It's like, and some relationships can be like that.
I don't know if you saw or if you're looking at that. Somebody had said, I took it down, but somebody said, sitting here marinating in the piece. Didn't I make that joke when we did a read through? Like, come on now, it's coming with the food. I like that, marinating in the piece.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you already answered why.
Cinnabons, oatmeal cream pie.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Cinnabons, bro. That's what
this is a good question right here. Go ahead with it. You can be right.
What's it saying?
What about that poem do you feel most people might miss?
Oh, snap.
That's a good one.
I feel like they might miss the overall point. Like, that's my fear. If you get caught up in the metaphors. And
that's hard. They're going hard, but why did it go hard?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? In the overall message that it's trying to convey. And I don't want that to be a thing.
You don't want it to just be a kiki. Because there's a lot of reasons to kiki listening to this poem, but it's like, okay, I need you to think.
Yeah, that part. So yeah, because I noticed like, people do tend to pick up on like they'll hear the references and have an audio response like, oh, I know what that is. Oh, I know what that is too. Oh, that reminds me of this. I used to eat those when I was a kid, but it's like
you took us down memory lane. I'm gonna get into it in a minute.
Yeah. But I really hope that they do pick up on the messaging and don't get it twisted. So yeah.
I'm gonna need some credit, even if it's just a 0.001 credit when it's going like I don't know what you're gonna do with this, but people want more. I saw somebody said they already ready to hear it again. So you know, I'm just kidding. Okay, this is not about me. This is not about me. Okay. Did I get? Okay, I got. Make sure y'all continue to throw your questions in there. We're getting ready to.
No, I was just agreeing with
you. Yeah. You better tell them.
Hey.
I second that. Okay, so let's jump into these lines. Okay. I got some highlights. Okay, so the first line that stood out to me in this poem was where churches in the neighborhood had me praying. First of all, y'all know I love Jesus, okay? Can I get a hallelujah in the comments? Can I get a amen? I'm gonna wait on that. I need to see that though. I love that. Mm-hmm. I love that you went that route. Like, had me praying for something finger looking good. Mm-hmm. Like, whose slogan is that? Finger looking good.
KFC.
Look at there. Let's get into it. So you mix the churches with the KFC. Come on now. Y'all, do you see this? Mm-hmm. How long? Wait a minute. How long did it take you to write this poem?
Approximately consistently like about a week. But if we're talking about like the time in between, because I don't write, when I'm writing my pieces, mm-hmm. I'll be doing like anywhere between 3 to 7 at a time at the same time. So I'll be switching between them. So when I started focusing on this one entirely, it took me like a couple of days or so. Well, actually, no. Yeah, about a couple of days or so.
Okay. All right. So when I was going through the lines, for some reason, the Little Caesars is standing out to me like crazy. Like, and it took me into a whole period of doing research, and I learned a lot. So I'm about to just say thank you right quick. I almost feel like I might have planted a little seed in your ear, but then you watered it, and like you took me somewhere I really need to do the research that I did, because Little Caesars was based in Detroit, for all those who might not know. Okay, that's our city. You every time you get you a hot and ready, okay?
You did know that because Little Caesars is a national chain, not everybody knows what the Detroit deep dish is.
Oh, stop, y'all. The Little Caesars line is dope, though. You said greasy Skeezers and Little Caesars seem to go hand in hand, holding my appetite dearly, quick to fall in love with the hot and ready. I said, not him falling for these little fast little things. Yeah. That's really all that is. Hot and ready, you fast.
Yeah, like to elaborate on that, like if you ever had a Little Caesars in your neighborhood, that's where you go to get like a dollar slice or something like that, right? That's where all the kids would go and stuff. And so you would meet the little neighborhood girls and stuff, and the little neighborhood boys up in there.
Really? Is that how it went down?
You like, oh, so hey, where you going? Where you coming from?
Okay, look, I had curfew and the sun was still up. I don't know about that. Somebody said, was the churches a play on words, i.e. the house of the Lord?
Actually, quite literally, yes. In the neighborhood.
Not you giving him ideas. He's trying to claim it.
No,
don't let him fool you.
The two things that you would find, like in the D, that's what you're going to find. You're going to find you a barbershop. You're going to find you a church. And you're going to find you a gas station or a liquor store. Them the four cornerstones of every Detroit neighborhood. So, yeah, churches had you. And, like, if you've ever been to church, you get hungry. Like, you be sitting there.
Especially if you in the holiness church, okay?
You know what I'm saying?
We in there for a minute. I didn't want to call no names, but a church in the city on Nevada. We in church for a long, long time. But I ain't complaining. I love the Lord. I give him whatever time he wants. Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying the Lord could offer a little brunch for a brother, you know.
They said free food after service. Okay. Somebody said after you deliver your spoken word art, okay, it's the art for me. Do you often go back and rewrite lines? If so, why? If not, why not?
It depends on the audience's reception to said lines. I'll go back.
He's writing for the people. I ain't even cut him up, but he's writing for the people.
Yeah, if it comes off as though the messaging wasn't clear enough, then I'll go back and rewrite it. If it comes off well off top, then there's no need.
Okay. Not you calling out the church, Lord Jesus. He said he know what church I'm talking about.
Who went to perfect it?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Since I was a baby. I love us some Marvin L. Winans, don't we? Some CC, some BB. Okay. All right. The line where you say, we fussing and fighting, thinking that's what I like. I feel like that's where you really start to throw in the toxic relationship. That's where you really bring it into the poem, right? So I wanted to recognize that. I really like that. And then I like, let me see, you said so our arteries clogged with the same cholesterol from past betrayals that nearly killed we fussing and fighting, thinking that that's what I like. What made you throw that in there, like how you did?
Well, from a writing standpoint, it was to make the transition, as opposed to using us, like that nearly killed us, we.
Which we still know is us. And then you we fussing and fighting, okay?
Yeah, because it's like it's not a me thing. It's not a her, him, or them thing. It's a we thing. It's ownership. So it's possession that we are doing this to ourselves, not to each other.
I didn't expect that response. I'm glad I asked. Okay. I feel like he's real clever. So you really don't know if really everything he's saying. I told you. Clever and mysterious. Okay. Okay, so in the next stanza, the line that stood out to me is, you said, puzzling how poison. And I'm mad because there's some lines I didn't catch until you said it. And I was just in here. I don't know if y'all saw my face. I'm like, I didn't catch that the first 3 times I read it. But hopefully I can go into it. You said, puzzling how poison masquerading as palatable is applicable. Applicable. It's a tongue twister right there. How did you get through that so smooth?
Applicable?
The whole palatable, and then you say is applicable. That's a tongue twister. Yeah. But I don't feel like you
practice. That's the best way to put it. I do not write for a person to recite at all. So writing like that I used to always get frustrated because I was like, what am I doing to myself? Like putting these words in succession, but I was like,
"Are you setting yourself up for failure?" But you did it though.
Yeah.
So what that line though?
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah. It's like
poison masquerading at like fast food be looking good. The way they dress up them commercials. You said 4 for $4. That look, even if the junk look crazy, I only got to pay $4. Like y'all really be dressing it up, but it's still poison. Yeah. It's the word masquerading for me.
Yeah, because that's what it does. You know, it's the fact that they like, because if you know anything about the commercials that you just named, they have people that actually go in and make this food look pretty. It's not edible at all. They put like rubber cement and glue and paint and all of that to make it look prettier than it is. And when you actually get your sandwich, it's like, well, that's not what the commercial advertised. But
that part.
Mm-hmm. So it's like,
or even like you sent me on that road of looking on the internet about Little Caesars. No offense, Little Caesars. I want to work with y'all, but I ain't gonna lie. Back in the day, I didn't like Little Caesars. It gave me like not what it gives today.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't even. You had to eat that quick. If you remember that, right? You had to eat it quick.
Oh yeah.
And luckily, as time has progressed, folks is like, look, I ain't trying to be fat all my life, and folks is like, okay, we want the real, which goes into that line about apples from the city.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. But I caught something when you said it. I didn't catch before we get into that.
Okay.
The third stanza, I told you we're not gonna get into that. It was getting real nasty.
I mean, but let's let the people decide. Do they want to get into that next stanza? Because I heard oatmeal cream pies earlier.
I did see that. I'm like, she caught that.
I saw the Cinnabons.
my virgin is child. I'm not ready. Y'all want to go into the third stanza? Because I was gonna say, what y'all? How y'all feeling? Because I was just I literally just circled it and said nasty.
Okay.
Somebody said, let's do it. No. Okay, we got to give people what they want. Okay. Just say what you want to say about it. I like how you said Little Debbie.
Mm-hmm.
You was like, you said Little did Debbie know, and y'all know we got the Little Debbies, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead, say what you're going to say, and let's wrap it.
No. So, like, as we all know, one of the key points of any relationship that is toxic can be sexual relations. To put it blatantly. So, like, you get addicted to that. It's like being addicted to sugar. You do it, and you know it's no good for you, but you do it because it makes you feel good in that moment, or it is the best way to alleviate any particular emotional stress or problems that you face, and you just go. It's your go-to. And you just keep going back, even though it's not solving anything. It's just certifying to make you feel good in a moment. Okay. So, yeah.
One thing I will say about the oatmeal cream pies, even though I know you used it in a different way, initially when I first saw it, I saw how oatmeal cream pies remind me of like thick thighs.
Yeah. Like
the stretch marks and the shades of brown. Like, so that's like, even if we don't go as nasty as it really is, like if we stop at the legs, it's still it's still painting the same picture.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's a PG-13 way to kind of highlight things.
Yeah. Because try hoping.
I mean, people got Google now. Kids got Google now, so I don't know. They got Google and what is it? Urban Dictionary. Patent pending. I'm saying I'm still getting my royalties off of that. But Urban Dictionary and whatnot.
I'm cackling. Okay, you funny. Next stanza, the line that I really liked was, I heard the apple a day keeps the doctors away, but then you went into the caramel apple bottom jeans. All my 90s babies, stand up. Where y'all at? I don't see y'all in the comments. Where y'all at?
I'm saying, if you know Nelly, then you know what it is.
Okay, apple
boots
bottom
with
jeans.
The fur.
I'm not gonna lie. Middle school, I was wearing the boots with the dang on faux fur. Let's be honest, we wasn't wearing fur. You took us down memory lane. Yeah. Where the 90s babies? I said stand up. Where y'all at? I don't want to be aggressive. Okay, the next stanza, that really stood out to me. The line was, "Rope a sack of 10 men who they'll claim as friendships." First of all, White Castle.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna say no names, but you know who you are. Y'all used to get them cases. I ain't talking just the sacks, okay? Used to get the cases. Where you at? Put your hand up. But what I really liked is how you said claiming these men as just friendships. And what we know about a toxic relationship is folks forever saying, that's just my friend. Y'all love to. It's some girls who say, you know what, you're not my type, I got friends on you. But it's the other people who's like, no, that's just my friend. You ain't gotta worry about them. Mm-hmm. I've been through it. Okay, I don't like that.
Yeah. But also, like, to even break that part down a little bit, like, sometimes they will be friends, but those friends are just lying in wait. Sometimes there'll be people that used to date that have become friends, but again, lying in wait. It's people that you keep that serve you no purpose, but you just keep them there thinking that you can turn an ex or a person that's pining for you or somebody that's trying to get at you into a friendship.
When they already told you what their intentions are.
Yep.
Hold on. I didn't even think about that.
Yep. That's why it's let me see. What's the next line?
When really it's a throwback. Fun dip to licks, some old dusty sugar covered hard sticks.
Right.
You know, I'm flowing with it.
You feel me? But if I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. I mean, do I want to skip over what part you got highlighted? You got the jelly and all of that in there highlighted?
Go ahead, come with it. Come, it's your floor.
All right, well, like the part where it says like keeping their presence in my present, you know what I'm saying? That's like you keeping these people in a person's face, and if you just you're like, oh, I'm just supposed to accept this, and it's a reference to like the part that comes after that, like their prequels, like the prequels are sequels for the future, like saying if we don't work out, homeboy next up, or homegirl next up.
I ain't even worried about you because I got a whole roster. Right. That's the toxicity right there.
That's the toxicity.
As long as you got a long little bench filled up of exes and whatever people who you low key discarded. You know what I'm saying? Child, right. You ain't worried about what's in front of you. You confused in the mud. You being pulled left and right.
So people be doing that though. So it's just to highlight it.
See, I don't got that toxicity in my. I'm at Whole Foods with it. Hey. I'm at Whole. We gonna jump into that. Okay. I love that.
Okay.
I'm a Whole Foods type of girl. I might go to a Kroger's or Myers or whatever, but I'm a Whole Foods type of girl.
And shoot, they striking Kroger, right? Something about something about
my business. I'm a Whole Foods type of girl. I already told you, okay. So the next line that I really liked, and I told you this in conversation, is I fantasize. Wait, what you say? So I fantasize I have a wife, a White Castle where Wendy's version of Rapunzel repeatedly puts me in distress. First of all, I just love that Wendy's got to be the wife. Out of all the women options, I don't know how many there are. Actually, is she the only girl?
She's the only girl.
Oh, child, I thought.
Like we got, I mean, unless you want to count Mrs. Fields, but she's married. So,
we talking fast food though, so. Yeah. Wendy's is the only female.
Wendy's, Dairy Queen, but you got Burger King. So
Dairy Queen does have burgers.
They do got burgers. And hot dogs.
Yeah. And, but regardless, all I know is Wendy's is clean because if I had to go with some fast food, which I will not, but if I had to go, we're going with Wendy's. They keep it fresh.
You feel me?
We like it fresh. This is why I don't like men to call me sweetie, honey, etc. LOL. I feel it. Okay. My name is Ida.
Right.
Well, my name is Keith. But that's who had the comment. Okay. Whole paycheck.
All day.
All day. Yes. But yeah, what's your favorite fast food place? If y'all had to choose one, if I had to choose one, it would be, as far as I know right now, it would be Wendy's.
Yeah.
Because they fries are the natural cut fries. Everybody else, you can't pay me to go to McDonald's. I'm going to be honest.
I think they were the first ones to use like sea salt on their fries too.
Sea salt and the first to do natural cut fries. Like the outside of the potato is there. I know I'm eating the potato.
Look, all I know is McDonald's fries don't mold. The
last time I had a McDonald's fry, it left this nasty film taste on my dang on. Okay. Subway eat fresh. We with it. EA!
Oh snap! I see EA in here.
Poets Pitch family.
You know what I'm saying? What's up?
Support. Look at y'all supporting each other. Okay, so yeah, if I had to choose, it would be Wendy's. What's yours? Wendy's?
As far as fast food restaurants go?
Where you at?
Like low key, Low key. I like Firehouse subs.
Can we count that as?
I mean,
it's fast food regardless, huh?
Yeah.
Not me still choosing Wendy's.
I mean,
when there's an eat fresh option.
You know what I'm saying? What up, though?
It's the Detroit up in here.
You feel me?
Yeah, so we got some Subway Eat Fresh, we got Wendy's, and we got Firehouse, which is newer.
It is. But they got some dope cherry limeade, so I love it.
Okay. Yeah. I love a little fresh natural with the pulp in it, lemonade. Don't Wendy's got that too?
They got some lemonade. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I had to bring that out because Wendy's got to be the wife. Now, what made you say? Was there something about? Yo, I just caught it. He said a White Castle where Wendy's version of Rapunzel. A castle. Rapunzel. It's giving us Disney. It's giving us the princesses.
Yup.
That's why you said it?
Yeah.
Or did I just give you the, I can't trust him. I'm gonna start letting him talk first and then I'm gonna get my idea.
All right.
I'm not gonna play you. Go ahead.
But yeah, it's a double entendre. It's a play on words. It's a play on the image of what we traditionally think it is. Typically, the person that's in distress is the person, in this case would be Rapunzel from the castle.
That too. Okay. So,
like,
you better break it down for us.
But in this,
give us some fire signs for this man.
Like,
Rapunzel was in distress. The girl was stuck. Right. She wanted out.
Yep. But in this particular instance, that's not the case because she puts the person that's coming to save her in distress.
Fire signs. Fire signs. Where they at? Gourmet any day. Okay, I feel it.
All day, gourmet.
What?
Yeah.
The way your mind works. I said fire signs. Do y'all not have the emojis?
Explosions.
let me not be aggressive. I'm from Detroit. That's a little backstory about me. You came in with the Spanish.
Oh yeah. A little bit. Just a little bit though.
Let me see. ¿Cómo estás?
Oh, ¿cómo allez-vous?
You came with the French. Sí, ça va. I don't know. Look. Okay, coming with the fire. I like the way she spelled that. Got me doing a little window. Okay. You got the bonds. They know you. They feeling you. I'm feeling you right here. Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes. You came through with a lot of Spanish. Gave us the Qdoba, that chipotle. Why do I feel like I'm gonna talk like this?
What? The Tex-Mex, Spanish.
Okay, what you got to say about this that you want us to get? Because I already told you what my favorite line was. In the hood, we didn't have a Whole Foods.
Yeah, we didn't.
Come on now.
We didn't.
Come on now. In the hood, if I want to go on we've been talking a lot about the food side of it. But let's go back over to the relationship side. I feel like a lot of dudes got accustomed to a certain type of woman. I don't know if it's the music they was listening to. It's like, I literally know guys who didn't know what to do with a woman, like girl, woman. It's true, recent too. I literally have met guys who did like coming back now, like, dang, I fumbled the ball because you didn't know a Whole Foods chick when you saw one.
Like, yeah, it's like that. Like growing up, I don't know if you remember like Farmer Jack.
Do we know Farmer Jack?
Just saying.
We know Farmer Jack. Come on now.
Like, those were like the grocery stores that was the closest to the hood. You know what I'm saying? You could find them in like different parts of the neighborhood and whatnot.
You talking about 6 Mile and Illinois? Come on now.
Come on. But then they started closing that Spartan stores. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it's no more Spartans, is it?
There are a few, but
like we talking Detroit over there by Wayne State.
No, they got some over there too. But regardless, a lot of grocery stores started to close down.
What's that saying? You say I what?
I don't remember.
You say it all the time. You go on a tangent.
Oh, I digress.
There we go. I digress. I wanted to say it.
But no. But typically though, like we had like grocery stores and stuff coming up, but then eventually they start to close down, and you got your Dollar Trees and your Family Dollars and your Dollar Generals taking the place of that. So I mean, they didn't really have nothing nutritious in there. They had the Little Debbie section, you had the Hostess section. You go in there, you go to the gas station, go to the liquor store, grab you something quick. Jack. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so you go in there real quick, grab you something, come back out, and it's like, but even with the relationship side of things, it's like everybody was reinforcing the same personality types. There was no room to be different. There was no room to want more out of yourself or out of the person that you was trying to date. It was always, nah, this is what you get. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to argue the price of this person or like the quality or whatever. You take what you can get. So
which brings in the grew up in food desert where dumb desserts was the only option a child would choose. Figured how could I love wrong if I never found the right one to lose?
Yep.
Because you don't even know what you what you missing out on, because you don't even know better exists.
Right. And it's not saying that there are no healthy options, you know, quote unquote, in your hood. It's just that when you constantly encounter the same kinds of people, you think this is all I know. Like I have friends right now.
We didn't have conversations. You already know.
Right. We're here. They feel like they're in situations where they can't date right. And that's another reason why I wrote this joint, because it's like I know people, both men and women, who just like, yo, that's all there is. I'm like, it isn't though. Like you gotta
conversation. I had to be like, look, I'm telling you, somebody tried to tell me that I told you this, how what I'm looking for is not realistic. Like, what are you talking about? Like, as if you can't even not get cheated on today. Yeah. That's not true.
No, it's not.
And as long as I exist, I know it's, it's possible, because it's what am I, invisible? Like, what am I, a can of paint? Like, I'm here. I don't cheat.
It's very reminiscent of like the Allegory by Plato, which is a story about how, and I'm gonna just give like the very, very brief synopsis of it. It's basically about a group of people, human beings that live in a cave, and the light that shines down from like an opening, like a hole in the cave, always cast these shadows, and they think those shadows are like gods or something like that. And but that's all they know is those shadows. So eventually one dude is like, yo, I'm gonna crawl out of this cave and see what's out there. Like, yo, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Bro.
Yeah.
No, the cave. We need to be in the cave, bro. Don't go outside there. So it's like that a lot of times. You be in a situation where you want to see what's better, or you want to give somebody a chance or whatever, or you think that you just like you think that you can't find better because your friends or the people close to you or in your circle or just the people that you've been meeting say, nah, this is all there is. But there are other options.
Yes.
Go to Whole Foods.
Period.
Go to Kroger.
Come on now.
Go pick up a fruit salad.
All right. So in the next stanza, I really, really like when you said rags to. Let me give you the whole sentence, y'all. Okay. It says, but it seems I gotta go from rag to riches to bag some chickens. Tell us about that.
All right. So then that's the other part of it. So another reason it's a barrier to entry when it comes to healthy eating and healthy relationships is money. It's plain and simple.
More expensive.
Like if you want to get, let's say, a quality meal or a quality, dude or a quality girl, you have to have something in your pockets. Otherwise,
or more to offer. But in most cases, folks want money.
In most cases, it's money. Like, they say more to offer, but if you ain't talking about getting a bag or a bag this or a bag that or going after the bag or you helping somebody lose a bag, it's always a bag. So you got to go from rags to riches to bag some chickens. So
okay. I'm just big on substance, but okay.
Yeah, there are people that are. But for those who are not, that's speaking to them.
It's a line that I'm wondering if I missed, because when you were saying everything, I was like, oh, and people were actually asking for you to repeat it, but I'm like, y'all, come on now.
Wait, which line is it?
It's like back
White
there.
Castle, white girl.
It's back there. Okay, so I want to be quick. So you said, I don't know which is more likely to end me, the STDs or the diabetes.
Yeah.
I love that line. You better bring attention.
Hey.
You better bring attention, especially after you had already talked about the whole like hot and readies, type of girls that folks, you already know he's out here doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So for you to throw that in there, it's the accountability for me.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Yeah. The thing about it is, like, that's what we do. We like people will have sex with people ignoring the repercussions of it. People will eat food ignoring the consequences of it. You know what I'm saying? So eventually you in a situation where you got gonorrhea and you had to lose a foot because your sugar was too high.
Not we hopping around off of mistakes.
Literally hopping around.
Come on now.
You know, so yeah.
I just love how you really tie in the toxic relationships with the toxic food, like, and made it work so clean. Like, come on now. I like the clean off the toxic. I like how I said that. Am I giving birth?
Are you? Little bit.
My shit. Okay. So I know you want to get into the Skittles, and then we'll.
Oh, okay.
So he says candy bars were protection from lonely days. M&M's shared with friends chased the rain away. We laughed as it skedaddled with flipped rainbows, the color of every Skittle on our chuckling faces, candy-coated, color-coded braces in place of, because you know all that dye. You're going to definitely have some color teeth. Color-coded braces in place of frowns, replace the idle hands of an only child raised in the wild. You got personal. I just peeped the only child raised in the wild. You got real personal right there. So you an only child.
Well, I mean, I'm not personifying this per se. So I'm gonna
Are you an only child or not?
I could be, I could not be. We'll never know.
Okay, see where the mystery comes in.
Yeah, with that, yeah, but you know, if you know anything about Skittles, you know, you used to chase the rainbow. You know what I'm saying? But particularly, yeah, candy serviced as a means of keeping you occupied. That's what you would do when you was a kid.
You know what? I have seen a lot of parents or women both parents, pass their kid a candy, shut them up. Okay, you sit there and eat that.
No. Take this peppermint. Okay, I took a peppermint. Take this bubble gum. I took the bubble gum. Take these.
You chew on that and be quiet.
Yeah, especially in church.
That part.
So yeah, it kept you occupied. So but when you in the city, you know, when you in an urban environment, it can be wild. It could be a place of many different, you know, dangers and whatnot. But you know, that kept you busy. It kept you from getting into any real trouble, quote unquote. And yeah.
Well, y'all, I feel like we really dug into this poem a lot, because the poem is like 5 minutes long.
It is.
So y'all came with the questions. I hope we answered them all. And you know, it's time for us to hit that home run, because you already know what it means. We're about to wrap this up. So is there anything that you want to say as far as this poem, like just any last things that you felt you might have not touched on that you want us to get? Oh
yeah, the last line, the last stanza. Actually, I'm gonna get into that real quick.
Okay.
Unable to trim the fat, face the saturated facts. Every time I binge on their lies, I end up purging my truth. Revisiting vomit because I want to hold fast to my youth. These sweet nothings was something sought after. Now as an adult, I'm captivated by feelings I can never recapture. We spend a lot of time trying to regain these nostalgic feelings and emotions we had as children, not understanding that was a time for them and innocence played a role. As adults, we grow older, and it's far time for us to leave that behind. You're not gonna have the same feeling you had when you first kissed little Susie in the third grade. You're not gonna have the same feeling you got when Bobby held your hand, or y'all slow danced at junior prom or whatever. You can have other feelings though, and you can have healthier situations. When you romanticize those relationships the way in that way, it's always gonna pale in comparison, because you're not gonna
you don't ever want to be that person 15 years later you comparing somebody from 15 years ago, like, well, why you don't do this like Bobby?
Legit had to happen to me. I had a girl tell me like, that kiss was almost as good as my first kiss. When was your first kiss? Like back when I was in like 5th grade. I'm like, so I'm up here competing with a 5th grader.
How old are you now?
You know what I'm saying? we grown. You know what I'm saying?
Not comparing it.
But I got but little Bobby over here, okay, fine.
I don't know how Bobby got into this, but Bobby, you the example today.
Bobby, let me tell you something.
Bobby, let me stop. Oh my God. Okay, so Was that it? Like,
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. And then is there anything that how can we see you live? Like, do you have any shows coming up? You got a book? Anything we can support that you're doing?
Yeah. Oh Lord. So I do have a bunch of shows coming up. If you follow my Instagram, which I hope you have it tagged, but just in case, it's Urban Legend Obasaki, and that's urban spelled urban _ legend spelled LEGID. I'm sorry, LEGIND _ Obasaki spelled OBASAKI. And yeah, that's where I post all my shows and my stories and stuff. But I do have a book.
What's this book?
This book. I'm glad you asked.
Show the people.
It's called Don't Believe Your Lying Eyes.
And it's based around what?
It's a book that is covering narcissistic abuse.
What I tell y'all?
And narcissistic personality disorder.
And smile.
Hey.
And freeze. And pose.
But yeah, it's a book that talks about narcissistic abuse and narcissistic personality disorder in relationships. And it highlights how it's a novel. So a lot of people think it's a textbook, but it's really a novel showcasing 3 friends who are all in narcissistic relationships with someone, and they're trying to get out of these relationships, and they help each other by being each other's support in the situations, giving them tips and tactics on how to leave the relationships and hearing each other out. Because that's the thing about toxic relationships. A lot of people are in them and they have no idea how to get out, so they repeat the same cycles. I feel that it's important to have people who believe you, who listen to you, who support you, and help you get out of these situations by helping you realize what it is that you are experiencing. And you but you still have to take the initiative yourself to get out. You have to want to get out and actively work towards it. So hopefully this book will serve as a tool to do so.
Purchase your book?
It is available on Amazon right now for purchase. I don't have any physical copies on me, so if you see me out, like, yo, how can I get your book? I'm gonna redirect you to Amazon because that's where it's at right now.
And they can just type into Amazon, Don't Believe Their Lying Eyes.
Don't Believe Your Lying Eyes. There is a link on my page. There should be a link currently in my stories, so you can check that out and just go straight there.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much for coming here and letting us dive deeper into Sweet Nothing.
Sweet Nothings.
We really appreciate you breaking it down because it was so full of substance, even though we talking about foods that weren't.
They had no substance.
Come on now. Come on now, exit.
You feel me?
So my only question is, did y'all catch that? Okay. So for those of you who wanted to hear it again, you can always tune into the podcast. It'll be more direct, it's a different experience. It's straight to the point. A little bit more. It's not as long as the show. So yeah, if you want to hear it again, that's where you can hear it. Otherwise, you better catch my man in these Detroit streets at an open mic. Okay. Call us tomorrow.
Call us tomorrow.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in.